Antifa are masters at doublespeak. It goes from the name and it flows down. They call themselves anti-fascists. They're anything but. They're a movement made up of radical extremists, anarchists, and communists, and they're agitating for a political revolution in the United States. They truly believe that they're part of the vanguard to achieve this. And violence is not a bug, it's a feature of the movement. My name is Andy Ngo, and I'm an editor at Quillette magazine. You might recognize me as the person who was beaten and robbed by Antifa in Portland. But what you may possibly not know is how my family's experience informs and intersects with how I cover Antifa. Both my parents are from the former South Vietnam. They actually lived through a Marxist revolution. My father, as a young man, was sent to a re-education camp. My mother, as a teenager with her siblings and entire family, were relocated to a labor camp. Antifa views the United States as an irredeemable country and concept. They abhor the principles that make up the foundations of liberal democracy. If they were to achieve their goal, there wouldn't just be the destruction of the state, there would be the silencing of all oppositional views. They're authoritarian militants who believe that only a Marxist revolution could bring about equity. In Portland, it's a progressive monoculture, and you're more likely to see open socialists and communists than you would even just a regular Republican or conservative. This context made me fascinated to want to learn more about Antifa. I knew that there was more meaning behind the street violence. And indeed, the more that I've dug into it, the more I'm disturbed by what I find. The movement as we understand it now is very young. We don't know where their funding comes from. We don't know exactly how many people is part of this movement. This requires academic research, requires research in think tanks, and it requires authorities to investigate. And that's why I'm speaking out. An Antifa militant in Tacoma, Washington, nearby Portland, Oregon, firebombed the government facility and allegedly tried to make a 500-gallon propane tank explode. He came with a rifle and he was killed in the process. We have a casualty now, and he left behind a manifesto for us to clearly see what his beliefs were. On the 29th of June, I was beaten and robbed by Antifa. Their attack ended up with me getting diagnosed with a brain hemorrhage. I'm going to continue to suffer for some time as I work on my recovery. I wasn't the first to be beaten, and I won't be the last.